Peace, top of the day break. Okay, I'm just recording this. I know I look a little bizarre, but I believe in being original. Okay, it's February. What's the day? 25th, 6th, somewhere around there. It's between Saturday, Sunday. It's early Sunday morning. Okay, so I woke up out of a dream thinking about the Titan god Typhoon and Hydra. Hydra. So I know it's water. It's Pisces season, and Pisces. I've been very tired. I've been sleeping more. I've been dreaming more. But what I've been noticing, like on social media, like what's been coming out, the emotions, and I keep getting the color black, 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 black. I watched this video where somebody was talking about Alchemy 101 isn't about change. It's about being fluid and staying with the current. And when I think of the current, right, I think about um water, right? When you think about water, you think about a fish. When you think about a fish, you think about this type of motion right here, right? So the currents in the waters are changing, okay? So Titan is a water down up in water, like Typhoon, right? Very and he was the child of Gaia, known as Earth, okay? And Uranus, which is Father Sky, which Uranus also can be the scepter that's on the top of most of the Egyptian kithers and crowns and things of that nature, right? It's the head of the cobra. So it's basically, see, because I'm not that fluent with Egyptian. I'm more into Greek, and I keep picking up on the blend of Greek and Egyptian, and I keep picking up on the Battle of Troy. So I pulled up a map of ancient Greece and I saw the city of Troy there. I'm picking up on this whole thing with the Ukraine, how much money that the war is generating. I keep picking up on World War One, World War Two, Germany, the transference of the wealth, the Israelites, because people keep picking up on the faces of the creator. And it, now that everybody's picking up on the fact that the creator and Moses and everything was black, a lot of people are saying it doesn't matter. Here's why they're saying it doesn't matter. It's alchemy. It's alchemy 101. The apocalypse that everybody keeps talking about is the church that's changing. The church ties back to the woman. The aspect of the church really does relate to the type of woman and the vibration of mother that you have up there, which is going to dictate the version of father that shows up. Okay, this is where they're talking about the mother and the father aspect, and the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's like, okay, so where's mother? And the reason why there's so many black women that are rising up into spirituality and into practicing and being preachers, pastors, things of this nature is because if the church is the woman, hear me out, and the face of the church is changing, and the God you have is of a male God, right? Deity. Where's the woman? Which woman are you promoting? Which vibration of her are you promoting? See, there's why there's so much rage and war right now. I'm also picking up on, gosh, Cetus the Well and Eris and the Trojan War. I'm really picking up on these things because we're going back to some very age-old times. I'm also picking up on Poseidon. Poseidon reminds me of the Piscean age that we just came out of. And before that, it was Hades that ran the dome. Hades also is a timeline, is common era, CE time. That's Hades time. Hades is really tied to, what is it, a god or an aspect of something. CE and Hades is also tied to hell. Now, Hades is also tied to CE time. So all this stuff that's going on, that's why you have all these wars, because a lot of men that were in the military keep picking up on this. And it's not about the color of your skin. It's about the vibration of what a father does, what a father is, right? Okay, so the reason why everybody's so angry and upset is because the version of a father that we were given was one that was controlling and one that was this and one that was that and oppressive and all this other stuff and stole all this other junk, threw a bunch of tantrums. And so we have followed that for so long, and now we're like, enough. That is not where it's at. So a new vibration and a new seed is growing up, right? From the depths of the darkness of the color black. So what are you pulling up from the color black? I watched another video where this young lady was talking about being a biracial kid being raised by a white mother, that they used to call it the aspect of cooning, right? And that her mother and the women of her family did not like other black women, and so they would call it cooning. So she never got the nurturing that she needed from her mother because her mother didn't know how. So she says that they do this psychological programming of the black men to get them to hate their own men, so it's easier for them to worship them. See, ties back to slavery, where they will say, I've read plenty of places where plenty of people have said some of the worst slave owners were the white women. They were the most brutal. And it's true. And I'm not saying this because of whatever else. I'm just saying this according to the color of whatever else. I don't despise or hate anybody, but let's just be real. Okay? Everything that's going on has been going on since the beginning of time. And here goes Jupiter scratching in the litter box. It's been going on since the beginning of time. Typhoon, the Titans, and all this, they're coming back. They're coming back because they've been enslaved inside of Earth. And Saturn, these are the people that were during that time period. Saturn, Mars, all these planets, right? The ancient times, okay? It's getting ready to be the equinox. The equinox is bringing us into Aries season, which is the spring, which gets you to the aspect of the thee, which means you're coming up. So what's coming up? If we're pulling up all these aspects and spaces of war, these people are pulling on spaces and times of the Vikings, okay? That was during the time of Hades in the Aryan Age, okay? The Aryan Age. There was an Aryan Age. And it was when Hades had the dome. It's the Olympiads. Hades, Poseidon, and Zeus, right? So now we're getting to the space of Zeus. Aryans ran during the space of Aryan. That's where you get the Sumerians, Mesopotamia, the Babylonians, and this, and the other king through those timelines, right? Because Saturn governs the age. So what's the benefit of your age? Right now with the transits and clocks, if you knew what the planets were, it's whatever. Saturn's supposed to give us truth and change the age. Saturn keeps asking us to tell us to be honest about what was the truth about that age so that you don't misstep. But if you don't see it, it's going to be hard and heavy because it's coming from the darkest spaces. And we all know that what they're doing is, a lot of people will say the manipulation of Saturn and what they're using, and they do manipulate the powers of Saturn. This is magic. This is why you have so many women that are into spirituality, so many women of color that are into spirituality. It's because the face of the mother in the church needs to change. That's why you see so many videos of teachers that are sitting up there versus teaching, especially when they're of color or of melanated tones. They're not doing more teaching, they're doing more holistic health in schools now. They're doing a whole bunch, a lot more other things. They're nurturing more. They're showing more kindness. They're showing more discipline. They're speaking more truth. So you have to ask yourself these things. If you don't understand the rooting of who you are and where you are, like your root and your beliefs, because the winds are changing, you're going to get lost or blown away somewhere. That's why they're digging up the giants. I keep talking about the references to the giants because it was an age. It was an age. The giants had an age when they ran the earth, and that was during, I think, probably had to been during the time when Hades had the dome. Hades, known as Pluto, Hades, known as the Undertaker, Hades, known as the zodiac sign of Scorpio, or as I like to call Scorpio according to your constellation, Scorpius. We all know Anubis, right? The Egyptian god Anubis that weighs your mind and your heart. What planets are you really weighing when it comes to hermeticism? Hermetics, right? You're weighing Jupiter and you're weighing Saturn. And so when you're weighing Jupiter and you're weighing Saturn, do you know where that comes from? Both Jupiter and Saturn had a daughter named Venus. And if you look at the zodiac and wheel, Libra, 7th house, which is for nature, is the only one that doesn't have an animal tied to it. And Libra is also a cardinal sign, which means that Libra was the dominant air component during the Aryan Age. And Libra is tied to Aries. Aries is the god of war. Now, do you see why this stuff is going on? We've had our grace period long enough. It's time for us to get up out the crib and get out the middle and know how to discern and find the truth, because I keep picking up on the book of Deuteronomy, the book of Deuteronomy, because I don't read my Bible according to a book or a verse and a chapter. No. When I read it, I read the whole thing. I've also been picking up on Numbers 23, and there's somewhere in the book of Galatians about the order of 9. I think it's somewhere in the beginning, book 1 or something. I don't know offhand. I just got to go back through and pull it up, but I just wanted to record this. Maybe I'll post it and share it at a later date, but right now I just wanted to get it off my chest. But oh dear God, these Pluto transits right here in the water, be very, very careful. Okay? This is what Pisces is revealing. This is Pisces. Pisces mutable. Pisces asking you, what do you believe? And are you going to sacrifice? What are you going to do? What's hidden? Whatever's hidden is going to come to light. And what Pisces is pulling is everything that was hidden during the age, the Aryan age, when Aries had the dome. And Libra is also the scales for the sacrifice. And this is how they use stuff. All out of balance. All out of balance. So, it's time for the sun to set on certain ages and certain things. It's time for others to rise. So please know which side of the spectrum that you're on. And know when you're communicating what you're communicating, and make sure it's clear. Because what I hear when I hear people speak is I hear the ramping up of the CPUs and the computers that they're running in their brain and not even knowing which hardware they're running, because they don't know where their Pluto placement is. So they don't know if they're balancing. They don't know if they're supposed to analyze. They don't know what they are, because we have forgotten that we ourselves are the AI. And all the reason why they're trying to stop all this stuff is for the gene splicing of the magic. And this is why you have so many women of color that are entering into spirituality, because we have had it with people stealing the gifts and stealing the energy and using things out of balance, because manipulation, rhetoric, language, mathematics, all of that still belongs to a space called science, which you still have to honor the alchemy of it, the alchemical aspect of it, in order to get things to change. That looks really rough. Anyways. Peace.